So the first time you went to US, what was that like? You mentioned Harvard. How did that change your understanding of the world?
Well, it's funny that we're talking about this now because I was able to go to the US on a scholarship to an American high school because the US at that time was open arms, all open arms towards international students. They kind of wanted to be the country that was going to educate the future leaders of the world, and their elitist institutions like Harvard was really going to be, they're the center of the world. So they welcomed students like me and many, many others to be exchange students to study in the US. And we thought, wow, we've never seen a more generous country. And I was able to go to high school, an American high school, and live with an American family, which was, wow, can I say, a big change from China. Not only because I was plucked from the Communist Youth League party and then straight to supporting their Democratic campaign because the host family was running for state attorney general in New York. So I was
Wow.
kind of going to these conventions and handing out flyers and trying to get votes, and I don't know, in Chinatown or something. But it was so interesting to see that's how the system worked. But in the course of doing that, I realized that people had a very simplistic understanding about China, and that's probably um, even when I was 14, I decided that one thing I wanted to do was to dispel some of these deep myths about China, because the China that they knew, and again, it was all the three T's back in the late 1990s: Taiwan, Tibet, and Tiananmen Square. That's they thought about China, they thought about these three things. And I was like, well, that's strange because that's not how I'm feeling in China with all this, bidding for the Olympics before 2000 and all these buildings going up and down, all this excitement about, joining the WTO, all these radical reforms that are taking place, and then all this effervescence that you feel in the air. It's not GDP growth as numbers, you actually see it. I said, this is really, and they're describing China as if it was a place shredded with white terror. And so I thought, that's interesting. There's a big gap of understanding. And even today, that many years later, um, people know China a little bit more, but the sentiment hasn't profoundly changed.
It's still the three T's, I feel like.
Some variation of that.